everyone, welcome to Mission for Excellence. Today we will do normal distribution. This is the next part of probability, that is normal distribution. This is a kind of continuous distribution. Continuous distribution. We have discussed the discrete distribution like binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. Both these were discrete distribution. Now we will do continuous distribution, that is normal distribution. It is also the limiting case of binomial. It is also derived from binomial. In the case when n, that is number of trial, is very large and tend to infinity, and the probability of success is almost equal to 1/2. We have discussed earlier the two cases, binomial distribution and Poisson distribution, in the earlier videos, which states that we apply binomial distribution when n is small and p and q are approximately equal to half. Means probability of success and failure have almost equal probabilities and number of trial is small. After that we have taken the Poisson distribution when n is large and p tends to almost 0. When probability is very small, probability of success is negligible, 10 to 0. It is not exactly 0. And now the third case, when n tend to infinity and p is approximately half, then we will apply normal distribution. So the normal distribution, the general probability function, as it is discrete, so we will use integral here. So we define the probability function. Probability function fx is defined as 1 by sigma root 2 pi e raised to power minus 1 by 2 x minus mu by sigma whole square. This is probability density function, where x can have all values ranging from minus infinity to infinity. X can have all values, and this mu is known as mean and sigma is known as standard deviation. So this is the probability function. This is a continuous distribution. So now here we know the mu is mean and sigma is standard deviation. So when we take another random variable capital X such that z equal to x minus mu by sigma, if we take this function z, then this probability function f will become fz 1 by 2 pi root e raised to power minus 1 by 2 z square. So this is the standard normal variate. Standard normal variate this z is known as standard normal variate with mean 0 and standard deviation 1. This is the standard. So we will use this only. Fz equal to 1 by root 2 pi e raised to power minus half z square. So we will use this formula for calculating the numerical problem. This will help us to calculate the probability as area under the normal curve. So probability will be equal to area under normal curve. Now let us discuss some characteristics of this normal curve. What is this normal curve? The curve for this normal distribution is bell shaped. This shape is bell shaped. This is the line where x equal to x bar. Here the mean, median and mode, all the three parameters coincide. So for the normal distribution, mean, median and mode coincide. mean, median and mode coincide or are equal. It means mean will be equal to median will be equal to mode in case of normal distribution. Now here we have written this probability as area under the normal curve. This normal curve is this bell shaped, and we denote the area under the curve as, this is the area under the curve, and as we all know, the total probability of the system is always 1. So probability of success plus probability of failure means total probability is always 1. So probability, if we take as 1, it means area under the curve is also 1. Total area is 1. This area which we have shaded here, this total area will be equal to 1. Now the second point, this is the first important point, total area equal to 1. So now let us discuss the second important point. Second important point is the curve is symmetrical about this axis where the mean and median coincide. So this curve is symmetrical. Now the curve is symmetrical and the total area is 1, as total probability is 1. So the half area is towards the right and half area is towards the left. So this area we denote as 0.5 and this area is also 0.5. It means half probability is here and half probability is in this region. Now let us do one example which will clear that how will you calculate the probability as area under this curve with the help of the normal table. So first I will show you the normal table. This is the normal table. Here it is given the curve is bell shaped, and here the formula is given. The probability is equal to 1 by 2 pi 0 to z e raised to power minus z square by 2 dz. Now see here it is given value of z starting from 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 etc. up to 3.1, and here the decimal place is second decimal 00, 0.01, 0.02 etc. up to 0.9. So now I will tell how will you calculate the area from this table. This table is given in the every book of statistics or in which you find the probability topic. So this table is must for the normal distribution. Let us discuss the question. A sample of 100 dry cells, total number are 100, tested to find the length of life, produced the following results. Mean x bar is 12 hours and sigma is standard deviation, that is 3 hours. Mean is 12 and standard deviation is 3. Assuming the data to be normally distributed, what percent of the battery cells are expected to have life more than 15 hours, second part less than 6 hours, and third part between 10 and 14. So we will discuss all the three cases, how to calculate more, less and between probabilities. So now let us discuss one by one. So first let us draw the normal distribution curve. In every question you have to draw the normal distribution curve. This curve is symmetrical, bell shaped. So draw any symmetrical curve which is bell shaped. This is normal curve. Right here 0. Now if it is more we take area on the right side, and if it is less we take area on the if it is more then we take on the right side, and if it is less we take on the left side. So now let us do first part, more than 15 hours. So take any value as 15. So let us take this value as 15 hours. So more than 15 means beyond 15. We have to calculate the area beyond 15. So you have to calculate this area more than 15. This is 0 to 15. So whenever we have to calculate the probability, we always start from 0. This is the first point you have to keep in mind. Always calculate from 0. This is the main point, you have to keep it in mind. So now we have to calculate the probability from 15 hours, beyond 15 hours. So we take the probabilities from 0 to infinity area, and then we will subtract this area from the whole, because we have to take from 0. So now this will go here. So we take the total area minus this area, because we have to calculate always from 0. So we write here probability of x greater than 15 will be equal to, this probability we know, as I have discussed, this is 0.5 and this also 0.5. So we take this whole as 0.5 minus probability of x from 0 to 15. So from 0 to 15 we will calculate. Now whenever you have to find out the probability from x, then first convert your data to the z, because the table I have showed you gives to you the area under the z curve. Now I have told you z is equal to x minus mu by sigma, and now x is given 15. So let us convert this into 15. So now this will become 15. Mu is mean, that is x bar, it is given 12 here. So we take 15 minus 12 and sigma is 3. So you will get z as 1. So now in the z curve it will show you 1 here, where you are showing 15, in the z curve it will show 1. So now we have to calculate the probability of z beyond 1. So again we will write it as probability z greater than 1 equal to 0.5 minus probability of z from 0 to 1. Now we will see the table and put the value here. So now let us see the table. We have to see the value of z at 1 from the table. So this is the normal table. Now let us see here, it is written z in this column. So we will search for 1. So let us go down and down and down. Here it is 1. Now this is only, in this question there is only z1, there is no decimal point. So we will take here from 1.00. the value is, you can see here, 0.3413. so this value is 0.3413 here, z up to 1.0, 0.3413. so now let us put this value from the table. So now this value is 0.3413. so we will take 0.5 minus 0.3413. so this will become 1587 point. So this is the probability of z greater than 1. Now the question was what percent. So convert it to percent, then you will get 15.87%. So more than this number of hours, it will be this 15.87. Now let us discuss the second part. Now let us discuss this second point, less than 6 hours. So let us first again make the curve for 6 hours. Take the one symmetrical curve here. Now since it is less, so we take the value here to the left side, it is 0 point. Now we have to calculate this whole area. This line doesn't touch this, so it will go up to infinity. So now we have to calculate this less than 6 hours. So if we take value x here 6, then beyond this 6 we have to take. So first let us convert this 6 into z. So now again using the formula, z equal to x minus mu by sigma. X is 6, mu is 12 and sigma is 3. You will get minus 2. So this in the curve it will show you minus 2. Where you mark here 6, it will show you minus 2. So now the probability beyond this, again we have to calculate from 0. So we take here probability x less than equal to minus 2. Less than, not equal to, so probability less than minus 2. So we take this whole part minus this part. So this whole part is 0.5 minus probability from 0 to minus infinity. This is 0.5 and this value we have to subtract this minus 2 to 0. This minus 2 is the value of z. So we take here 6. So now to convert into z, we write here probability z less than minus 2, 0.5 minus probability z now is minus 2 to 0. As we know the curve is symmetrical, so the area towards the left is same as area towards the right, and probability is never negative, so we take the positive value of 2 here. 0.5 minus probability of z 0 to 2. So 0 to minus 2, this probability is same as probability on 0 to 2. That's why we take, instead of minus 2 to 0, we take probability 0 to 2. Now let us see from the table, value from the table. So again this is the table. So now let us see here, it is 2 here written, you can see, and here 2.0 is given 0.4772, 0.4772. So now let us put this value. So we write here 0.5 minus 0.4772. So left is 0.228. 0.0228, and when you convert into percentage it will become 2.28%. So now let us discuss the third part. Again for the third part we will make the curve. Again let us draw the curve. Take the symmetrical curve. Now see, between 10 and 14, so both numbers, this 10 and 14, so first let us convert into z. So as you know, z is x minus mu by sigma. First we take 10 minus 12, sigma is 3, that is equal to minus 2 by 3. It is approx 0.67. Similarly, when you take 14, you will get 14 minus 12 by 3, that is 2 by 3, 0.67 positive. So now from here you can see one value is negative and one value is positive. So we take one on the left hand side and one on the right hand side. You have to find out between. Between means you have to find out this is minus 0.67 and this value is 0.67. You have to find out the area in between. In between means you have to calculate this whole area. So when we measure from 0, so it is 0 to 0.67 plus 0 to minus 0.67. This is only the value, not the area. So we will take area from the table 0 to 0.67 plus 0 to 0.67, because area can't be negative, so we will take the twice of 0 to 0.67. So let us write it. So probability of x lying between 10 and 14 will be equal to probability of z lying between 0.67 less than equal to z and 0.67 positive. So now let us write here this will be equal to probability minus 0.67 to 0, this one, plus probability 0.67 positive. And as the curve is symmetrical, so this area will be equal to this, as these two values are equal. This is minus 0.67 and 0.67. So we can write it as twice of probability 0.67. So now let us calculate the probability on the 0.67 from the table. So here is table. Now again you can see 0.6 here. There is 0.6. So 0.6 and the second decimal place is here 7. So we take here from 0.2425, right? Again see 0.67. So 0.6 is here. You can see in this first column Z 0.6, and then the second decimal place here 2485, 0.2485. So we will take this value. So it will be twice of 0.2485. So this is 0.4970. This much probability is between 10 and 14 hours. So when you convert it to percent, you will get 49.7%. So in this way we can do the less than or greater than. In the exceptional case, when you have, suppose, the area like when you have area like this, and you have to calculate any value from here, this region, then simply suppose this value comes out to be A. When you put in the formula Z equal to X minus mu by sigma, so Z comes out to be A. Then you have to simply calculate the value of area from the table 0 to A. Means you have to see the value on A simply. So you will calculate probability between 0 to A. If you have area like this, and beyond this you have to calculate, then we take this whole as 0.5, this whole minus this one A. So we take 0.5 minus probability of 0 to A. Similarly, if you have area like on the left hand side, suppose there is value minus A here. Also then we take the probability, if you have to calculate this one, then we take this probability as probability of Z 0 to A. A means because the probability is never negative and area is also never negative. That's why if we have given minus A, also then we will take 0 to A. And if we take the area beyond this, you have to calculate this again, then we subtract 0.5 minus probability 0 to A. If there is a region like this, suppose two values are given and you have to find out the area in between, then you will calculate this area and then add. Similarly, if you have area like this, now in the two different parts, and now you have to calculate this area and this area. So first we will calculate this 0.5 minus this 0.5 minus, suppose this is area A1, and after that we calculate from here 0.5 minus A2, this A2. After that we will add these two. First calculate this one and then this one. Now let us discuss the case when some area overlaps. Suppose this kind of area, and these 2 points are on the same side. And you have to calculate area in between. Then first you will calculate area from 0 to A2, and then you will subtract from it 0 to A1. So from this total area you will subtract this area, then you will get this. So ultimately we have to calculate from 0 only, 0 to A2 and 0 to A1, and then subtract. If these two areas are on the same side, subtract. If these are on different sides, then you can add these. So hope you like the video. So wait for the next video and click on the bell icon to get the notification.